Previously on PBC Fight Camp.
My whole life, I always pray to God to become the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world.
Andy Ruiz has shocked the world.
Every fight I'm trying to better myself and be in the pinnacle of my sport.
I want to prove people wrong. I wasn't just a one-hit wonder. Here they don't play around. It's discipline, work hard, or if not, then you just gotta leave and move on. I'm thinking about the next chapter, put in all the dedication and all that hard work to become victorious.
This is PBC Fight Camp. Andy Ruiz Jr. versus Chris Arreola. Legacy. For Andy Ruiz, when he reached out to the best fighter of this era, Saul Canelo Alvarez, Ruiz thought that he would glean Alvarez's knowledge. And the working relationship between the two Mexican champions has pushed Andy, whose work crafts his legacy.
The Mexican style, it's a big drama show, you know? We don't like to give up. We go in there, we're bleeding, but we're still fighting to the death. We're not scared of any other fighter. We like to bang, you know? There is a different style of Mexican boxing. We come forward, we get hit, but we give back. At the Canelo gym, we try to perfect every single thing that we do.
Para esta no es rapidez, esta es fuerte, que sientes que se lo clavas. Ahí está, güey, sí. Ahí se ve la diferencia. Eso, que se lo clavas así.
Here, we try to bob and weave a lot. We try to counter punch a lot. It's a lot of different ways that we change the Mexican style of boxing.
Por eso compré un chaleco antibalas. Para que me cubra aquí y no me duela.
Everything they try to teach me or tell me, I try to stick into my head, and I don't take nothing for granted since I'm here and I'm learning from the best.
Ahí, güey.
For Andy Ruiz's son, AJ, he too is lucky enough to be in the same gym as Alvarez, as the champion imparts his knowledge to the next of the fighting family of Ruizes.
Like this. That's jab. Look. And come back. Yeah, ese is jab. Okay? Throw. Jab. Eso. Okay. Tira. One jab and one cross. Boom. Shoot. Shoot.
Yeah, I don't know if I want my son to be fighting, but if he wants to do what I do, then I'll support him.
Open.
But I'm afraid of him getting hurt, you know, because it's a hard sport. And I want him to be at 100%. I fight so he doesn't have to fight, but I'd rather him play baseball or something different.
1, 2, boom, bam, bam. Okay, 1, 2, boom, bam, bam. 1, 2, shoot, boom.
You get him big, huh? You want to be a champion of the world? Like you ready?
Yeah,
Heavyweight or middleweight?
heavyweight.
Andy Ruiz Jr.'s love of boxing was nurtured by his father, Andy Ruiz Sr., who passed down his lifelong passion for the sport to his son.
My dad took me to a boxing gym. I was 6 years old. I was this hyperactive kid that I was just everywhere, you know, around the house, and I think he just wanted me to go do something. The first week, they put me to spar. I got my ass kicked, and I didn't want to go no more, but my dad kept telling me, just keep going, you're gonna get better. My dad had more confidence than I did in myself, so it's a big blessing to have my dad pushing me. So what do you know, I ended up falling in love with the sport, and look at me now.
I'm training every day, hard. I'm gonna give it my all.
We're working hard. We're not just, doing light stuff in here.
As fight night approaches, Chris Arreola and trainer Joe Goosen work together in an effort where Goosen's vast knowledge and behind-the-scenes work is designed to lead Arreola towards success.
I watched a little Andy last night. I think we're addressing all the salient points. It's all going according to plan right now. Chris is a veteran. He's a warrior. He's a game player. So when he goes in the ring at fight night, the switch goes on. He's going to fight you. It's going to be a big part of this, keeping our hands up good. Getting them back fast and keeping them in tight. You got to work for it. He's working harder. He's training longer. A lot of heavy bag work. A lot of mitts. A lot of shadow boxing, a lot of sparring. Bottom line, if they're in the best shape that they've both been in for quite a while, there's gonna be fireworks.
It's gonna be non-stop rock'em sock'em Mexican fighters giving their all to win a fight. Right now we're in the beautiful city of Huntington Park. Driving up the street just bring up a lot of memories.
On May 1st, Chris Arreola will square off against fellow Mexican-American heavyweight Andy Ruiz in Carson, California, just a mere 15 miles from the East LA neighborhood where the legacy of Chris Arreola was born.
Predominantly Hispanic community, very hardworking, a lot of families out here. I lived on 57th in Malabar. I lived in this house till I was about 11 years old, 12 years old. Down this street right here, this was the alley of the boxing gym. I used to come here every day. This was the gym. This has been closed about 15 years already. ¿Mande? No puedo entrar nomás bien rápido? Yeah, go ahead. Come on, guys, we get a free access. Right in here was the office. All the boxing equipment was in here. Oh my God, this is so surreal. Out over here was all the double-in bags and stuff. The speed bags were over here. I actually have a picture. Let me see. See that gym right there? That right here was on that pillar. This pillar was all white. Speed bag was on this side. The mirrors in the background were right there. All the wood floors, still the same ones. The boxing ring was right here in the middle. And right there where the mirror hung was actual painting of Julio Cesar Chavez. I don't even know how I can describe it. It's very nostalgic, how things change, but yet still the same. This was my boxing gym. This was the big old Huntington Park Athletic Club. Yeah, it smells a lot nicer. Yeah, before it used to smell like a boxing gym. You could smell the speed bag. You could hear the rattle. It brings back memories, and it brings back good memories, great memories. First time I got in the ring was in here. It was right there. First time. First time I got my nose bloody was right in there, right here. I feel like I always have something to prove. I have something to prove to Andy. He was a first heavyweight champion of Mexican descent. I should have been that guy. So I feel like I have something to prove to myself, and I have something to prove to the world that I am a great heavyweight. I'm not in this for a paycheck. This is more about for me. I'm fighting this fight for me.
Andy Ruiz grew up in Southern California near the Mexican border with a vision of success. From his rise to becoming a heavyweight champion of the world, he's now enjoying the fruits of his labor.
This is the one that I like to drive a lot, especially because it has my logo right here. We have the logos everywhere, you know, the chain. Big Destroyer, Little Destroyer. Before all this happened, I always had a picture on my bathroom that I always wanted a Rolls Royce. So every time I would wake up, I'm like, man, I'm gonna get that car one day. I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it. And what do you know, I end up purchasing more than I ever wanted. All these are little trophies and it means something to me. So as long as I have at least a few of these, it makes me feel good. So this is my Maybach. This used to be Floyd Mayweather's, actually. A lot of people get mad too because they're like, man, you shouldn't be buying so many cars. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that. You should be investing. These stars are not just like regular Rolls Royces. They actually have shooting stars. You see? There's a shooting star. It's pretty crazy. We are investing. I'm making 26 houses in my hometown and in Brawley, California. As long as I do my part, stick to boxing, stick to the stuff that I know, that money is secure, that money is there.
Dang, I'm about to learn how to drive on my own. Skirt, skirt.
We all have dreams, we all have goals, and I'm working hard. I'm going in the gym every day. I'm being dedicated. And like I said, I have to have one of these Rolls Royces because that was my dream car. We're in Chicano Park in San Diego, and this park is a historic park. There's a lot of different pictures and paintings of all the legends. And I used to come over here a lot when I was younger, and now that I'm here right now, it feels amazing.
Can you put 2 solis? Por favor. It's just such a great joy, you know, really excited to actually be in the presence of, such a great fighter.
So before I would come over here to Chicano Park, nobody knew who I was or anything like that. So coming now and people see me and they're like, whoa, that's Andy Ruiz Jr. Hey, let me get a picture. Can you sign this? Can you sign that? It means a lot. To this day, I'm like, damn, man, I can't believe I made it out of the struggles. The last time I was here was after my last defeat against Anthony Joshua. Kind of depressed. I would just think about all the bad things that I've done and all the good things that I want to accomplish and change my life as well. Chicano Park is an inspiring place and it means so much to me. It just feels good. It feels amazing and it gets me more motivated. A lot of people look up to me, so I feel I got to work even harder.
I'll never give in, yo, if I wanna survive. Not gonna swallow my pride. I'll never give up, cause when it's all said and done, is what I've done enough. I push myself to the edge, I push myself to the brink. Is the toil all worth it? It makes me stop and think. But through the mud and the mire, the joy and the strife, no one can claim that I didn't live all of this beautiful life.
Somebody came over here, started spray painting my picture when I won Anthony Joshua, and it means so much to me. This is what Mexican fans do. They appreciate the fighters. They appreciate the culture as well. I'm happy that it gives people hope that anything is possible. It just feels good, man.
No one can claim that I didn't live all of this beautiful life.
Veteran Chris Arreola is no stranger to hard work in the gym. But today, he has extra motivation as his 6-year-old son Alex joins him.
Brought him out here today. My little gopher. I like having him around. He's very playful and he's very strong-minded too. I love that about him. At his age, I was in the boxing gym also with my dad, but I didn't have no cool tablet to keep me company. When I come to the gym, I want him to understand what I'm doing. Even though he just may watch me for like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, I really want him to see how hard I'm working, how much I'm willing to give. I work hard for him, I work hard to give him a good education. To do everything that he wants to do, to give him a good life, but also to know that it took hard work to get there. At the end of the day, hard work is what wins you fight and what gets you success in life.
This is a spider, big spider.
I'm fortunate to provide for my family in the sport that I love. I'm a lucky man.
Let's get the show on the road. Is it going to be in here?
I
think so.
One of you guys pick a seat.
Thank you very much to everyone for joining us for this virtual press conference.
What's going on, my G?
Hey, Andy, how are you?
Hey, I'm good.
On May 1st on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view, former unified heavyweight champion of the world, Andy Ruiz Jr., matching up against the exciting Chris Arreola. It's a great way to begin the Cinco de Mayo holiday.
Like so many facets of life that have been affected by COVID-19, so too has fight promotion, as both Andy Ruiz and Chris Arreola participate in a press conference, virtually, with 75 reporters.
I'm really motivated for May 1st. I know Chris Arreola's training hard. The first time we met, I wanted to be like him, and now the tables has turned, and you know, he's motivated as well, but I've been training really hard. My mentality is where it needs to be. You know, where we're ready for whatever's coming.
This is a fight that I've seen coming since the first time I've ever sparred Andy. And I knew one day this day will come. At one point, he wanted to be like me, and now I want to be like him. He did something that I didn't do. And now it's my turn. It's my time to change history.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. We will see you for your heavyweight showdown.
Hey, have a good one, G.
Thank you, man. I'll see you soon.
See you guys.
Mira, bueno. Pasando las camisetas. Ya no quiero estar gordo. Making tricks like this, I don't want to be fat no more. But in Spanish is ya no quiero estar gordo.
Vamos, todo. Eso. 4, vamos, con fuerza. 7. Vamos, empuje, vamos. Venga, Ali, vamos. 10, venga, 10. Arriba, 10. 1, 2.
This is the strongest that I felt in a long, long time. This is a way that I should have been feeling a long time ago, you know? But for some reason, I was just on a whole different level. From my last fight, I wasn't disciplined. I didn't do the right things that I was supposed to do. But now that I'm in the right state of mind, I'm ready for anything that comes my way. I'm feeling blessed. I'm excited. Big smile on my face.
2, 3, 4, 5, vamos. Eso, una más.
I'm not looking past Chris Arreola. I know he's gonna give it all he has got, but so am I. I think it's like the beginning of my career, the proof Andy Ruiz Jr.
Un Andy Ruiz totalmente distinto, más fuerte, más rápido y con más movimiento.
My goal is to become a two-time heavyweight champion of the world, and that's exactly the mission and that we're going to accomplish.
In boxing, where you come from shapes what and who you are, and the legacy that you hope to leave. These two fighters both strived and worked toward becoming the first Mexican-American heavyweight champion. For Chris Arreola, he tried 3 times and learned the lesson of never giving up.
I live for this. I love what I do. And I'm still an elite fighter. I'm a blessed man to be a boxer at this age.
While Andy Ruiz achieved that pinnacle,
Andy Ruiz is the heavyweight champion.
it was only for a short time.
My last fight, I did not do the things that I was supposed to do, so now that I made a change in my life, you know, this is a new beginning for me.
These two warriors' shared heritage has shaped their journeys, and their commonality is the fact that neither will let failure define them. On May 1st, in Carson, California, Andy Ruiz Jr. and Chris Arreola will look to find their truths and craft the next chapter of what will be their legacy.
For all the best boxing content, follow PBC on Fox on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you for watching. Well, if you enjoyed that clip, make sure you click somewhere around here and subscribe. From fight highlights to exclusive interviews, we have got everything you need as a boxing fan right here on PBC on Fox.